Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your girl Apolonia, and it has been a long time coming since I have done a live with you all. But I'm very excited to be talking and reconnecting with you guys about. My Alexa just went off. I don't know why, but I'm so excited to be able to reconnect and begin this new journey of showing up for you guys and starting this new process of change. And so that's what today's topic is going to be about. Is we're going to be talking about the changing seasons. And with us going from summer into fall, I'm sure you guys are probably, if you're like me, cleaning out your house, decorating things, getting ready for the fourth quarter of home and family life, as well as the fourth quarter in your business, wherever you're at in your business, or even at work or whatever. There's a lot of change happening right now. And so I wanted to give you some encouragement. And for those of you who are following along with our challenge, our monthly reading challenge of overcoming limiting beliefs for the month of September, I wanted to take one of the verses that is a part of the challenge and really dive in with you guys to kind of help you, give you more encouragement to overcome whatever you are currently going through and help you start to work through some of the things that you might be experiencing. So I'm so excited to be connecting with you guys. If this is your first time tuning with me, welcome. My name is Apolonia, and I am a lifestyle wellness coach who loves helping mompreneurs learn how to manage their emotions and improve their self-care through the use of wellness planning and faith journaling. And today we are going to be doing the Bible verse, Philippians 4:13, which I'm sure like everybody knows this verse. It's the simplest way is I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me, right? That is the very simplest Bible verse. But I wanted to go a little bit deeper with you guys on that because sometimes, especially when we're going through things, saying that you don't really feel it, right? Like I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And you can just still be in this space to where you're breaking because life is happening, right? Life is just lifing, and that's okay. But if we really take this time to really process what's really going on, and also sometimes we look so much outwardly to wanting and needing help. And that's valid. If you need outside help, it's definitely valid. But I really want to encourage you to really reconnect and refocus back on what you can do and what you can control in that, because sometimes it's not that everything else is happening around us that's causing us to struggle with what we're going through. Sometimes it's our lack of believing that we've been given everything that we already need to be able to push through and get through what we're going through. So I wanted to give you guys two verses in case you have not, whichever. My favorite Bible verse is the TPT, or not Bible verse, but my favorite translation to read is the Passion Translation. I just really love how much more deep and more extending it is than the regular NIV and the NLT, but I have both verses here for you guys. So we're going to be looking at Philippians 4:12 through 13, because I feel like combining these verses, you get a lot more deeper understanding. And especially sometimes we need that. We don't need the surface level. Like sometimes we need the meat, potatoes, collard greens, cornbread, chicken. We need it all. Like, don't just give me a little bit. I need the whole full plate so I can really dig in and be like, all right, okay, cool, I'm good, right? I don't know about you guys, and maybe I'm just ready for Thanksgiving, and I don't even know why that came out, but that was really funny and a good analogy. But anyways, so let's pull up this verse, right? So Philippians 4:13 NIV. I know this is 12. I meant to put 12, but so I'm going to read you guys 12 through 13 in the NIV, and then I'm going to read you 12 through 13 in the Passion Translation. So I know what it is to be in need, and I know what it is to have plenty. I have learned the secret of being content in any and every situation, whether well-fed or hungry, whether living in plenty or in want. I can do all this through him who gives me strength. And as you can see, Philippians 4:13 is very simple and plain, right? I can do all this through him who gives me strength. It sounds more like an affirmation, right? And so yes, we do need to say that, because when we speak that out loud, then our belief system can change. So we do need to say that. But the verse just above it is very important for us to make sure that we truly understand. And it's more talking about understanding both and remembering what it's like to be in want, because there's nothing wrong with wanting things, right? You're going to want things. That's just our human nature. And we also have known harder times to where we're so caught up by what we don't have, right? We have a whole lot of things, and then sometimes we're struggling and we don't have enough. But where we want to find that peace and that strength is the comfort in knowing that I know the good times and I know the bad times. I've experienced them both. And through both, God has brought me through all of it. So I know that no matter what is going to happen, what I think is going to happen, what I'm worried about is going to happen, or what is currently happening, I know that at the end of the day, everything's going to be okay. I mean, I know exactly how I'm going to get through right now, but at the end of the day, I know everything's going to be okay. Why? Because God is already giving me everything that I need. And when I'm in lack, he makes sure that he always provides whenever I need it, because his timing is always perfect. It ain't always when we expect it or when we want it. So we can have our feelings about it and all the things and have that conversation with him. However, we have to trust and know that, okay, times are changing and I may not like it, but I understand that this is currently where I'm at, and this is where I'm going to be for the moment. But I know that everything's going to be okay, and that I have all that I need to get me through this. And I will have everything that I need to pull me to the next season of my life where I know I'm supposed to be, right? There's no time limit. And that it's hard, but we have to understand that that's for a reason. We have to trust that, right? And so I really wanted to just share that verse, and I want to share you guys the Passion Translation as well, because this one I really love too. Like I said, the Passion Translation I just really love because it's even deeper. So with the Passion Translation, it reads as this: I know what it means to lack, and I know what it means to experience overwhelming abundance. For I'm trained in the secret of overcoming all things, whether in fullness or in hunger. And I find that the strength of Christ's explosive power infuses me to conquer every difficulty, right? And so I really love how this, because again, is sometimes we have to remember that when we're going through the hard times, it's because we're here to learn a lesson, right? We don't necessarily, we like things to be the same because we feel like we're in control, and things are like finally just settling down, and all of a sudden, boom, something pops up, and it's like, I just want things to be chill. I just wish things were easy and things were comfortable, right? But that's not, you can't grow in your comfort zone. You have to embrace the change so you can get to the next season. And as difficult as that is, you have to understand, and why I love this is because it says, remember, we're always supposed to be learning and growing because we're spiritual beings having a human experience. So we have to remember that we're here on this earth to learn, grow, and evolve, as well as be able to pass down that wisdom down. So I find, because now we are seeking that wisdom and that growth, that Christ that the strength of Christ's explosive power is what is living within us and allowing us to conquer the difficult things that we're going through. And I just really love that because it puts some things in perspective, because without that power, we're not going to be able to get through all of the things that we're going. Some people are struggling with their finances. Some people are struggling with their jobs. They haven't been happy. And so when you can finally get out of how things are so horrible for you and also get out of how amazing things are, you find this peace, right? This center of everything's okay. And even if it's not okay right now, it will be okay. So now you have this sustainable just experience of feeling at peace with yourself. And so I really, really wanted to encourage you, especially with the challenge of wanting to work through and overcome any limiting beliefs that you might be experiencing. We have to remember that it's not, sometimes when we're going through things, it's because we forget to believe that we have been called for greatness. And so we get stuck in what's currently going on, our current circumstances, the frustration and all of the things, when God is like, no, you need to let that go, because where I'm taking you and what you're holding on to and all of that stuff, you can't take with you into the next season, right? We're in the fall season right now, at least the time of this live. Whether you're watching on YouTube or Facebook on the replay, we're currently about to go into the fall season. So we're seeing the leaves beginning to fall. We're seeing the colors change. We're seeing plants start to dwindle. And it's also harvest season. For some people, they may be in this changing season to where they're experiencing the harvest, right? They are in their plenty season. It's exciting. They're working hard and they are reaping the harvest. And other people are not, or maybe they're reaping a harvest, but the harvest ain't exactly what they expected it to be, right? It's like, dude, I've been doing this and doing that and doing this and doing that, but why am I not doing this? Why am I not getting that, right? Well, let's keep it real, right? When you look at some things, it really put things back in perspective. When you originally went to go and plant the seeds that you were planting back then and you were expecting a harvest, were you planting the correct seed? And not just the correct seed, because all the seed that you're doing, all the action that you're taking, all of the books that you've been reading, the courses, all of those things, those are great seeds to start building yourself up and plant, right? As well as the networking, whatever you're doing, job applications, like all of the actions that you have been taking, those are all great seeds. But maybe you're just not in a plenty harvest season right now. You just got to keep going. And that can be difficult to understand or even want to accept, especially when you see other people around you being able to get what you essentially want, right? It doesn't mean that it's not for you. It's just probably not for you right now. So be grateful for what the seeds that you've planted thus far have harvested for you. Because in time, the harvest that you're truly wanting is going to come. And maybe what you were fertilizing those seeds with, the different beliefs, maybe the different habits that you had that you're doing, right? You could have been planting the seed, but maybe you still had some bad habits or stinking thinking that was limiting, right? That was limiting the possibility and the potential of the harvest. And so you don't have as much of a harvest as you were hoping for. It doesn't mean that you're not good enough. It doesn't mean that you haven't been trying or working hard enough. It just means right now, in this current season, you're still growing and you're still developing and you're still good. God is still working in you, and his promise is his promise. He is with you in this season. And have peace and comfort in that. As season is changing, embrace it. Don't fight it. Don't get frustrated with it, as it ain't easy, right? I'm not going to sit here and act and try to tell you like, oh yeah, it's easy, blah, blah, blah. You got to do this. Hey, it's not easy. It's not comfortable. But where we find that peace along the journey is in the knowing that no matter whether I am in a full harvest season and reaping all of the benefits of my blessings and everything, or I am in a hard season to where I barely have anything to show for it, I can still have peace in the knowing that in time, everything is coming. And through this difficult season or through the peak season, God is with me, and he's the one that gives me strength. It's not pushing for this. It's not pushing for that or anything like that. It's him who gives me that strength to continue to do what I've been called to do, regardless where I'm at in life. And so here are a couple of points I want to leave you with today. So number one, change is neither good nor bad. It's just different than what you're used to, right? So when we think of change, a lot of times we get frustrated. We don't like change because change, if something changes, that means I got to change. And we don't like to change. We want to stay in the way that we like to be, right? But in order to get to the next level of where you're going and where God's trying to bless you into that next season of life, you've got to let go of that and embrace the fact that you're going to have to change, and it's just different. Change is not good. Change is not bad. It's just change. All right. Now it's time to let go of this. All right. Let's move on to the next thing. And that's okay. So my second point for you is learn to be content over comfortable. Now, this one is a challenge because obviously we like to be comfortable. I mean, it's fall season. Who doesn't want to just snuggle up by the fireplace, watch a movie, and some hot chocolate, some tea, some popcorn, just whatever, some comfort food, and just be in complete bliss. I'm comfortable, I'm snuggling, it's warm, living life, right? We would love to stay in that, but eventually you got to get uncomfortable. You got to get uncomfortable, put down the blanket, clean up the mess, and all of those things. So you can live in that comfortability for the moment and go ahead and be bitter. Oh, now I got to clean this up. Oh, now I got to do that, blah, 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 blah. Well, you just ruined the whole process. No, be content, be comfortable in that, right? When you can. But learn to be more content no matter whether things are good or bad. Just learn to be content. All right, it's okay. I'm right here. Okay, cool. Now it's time to clean up, right? In the transitions, make those smooth transitions. They don't always have to be high and low. And number 3, I had a third point, but apparently it got erased. I know I put that third point, but it's missing from my notes. So the third point is, I'm trying to remember. Lord, help me remember. But anyways, the third point that I want to leave you guys with today is that no matter what, God is with you through the whole process. And that is where your peace comes from. As the season changes from fall to winter, Inflation goes up, inflation goes down, gas prices go up, groceries go up, groceries go down, and all of the things. Work is busy, work slows down, right? He's with you through all of it. And just trust in that and trust in him that it's just a season and I'm going to be okay, whether the season is heavy or whether it's light. And in that is where you'll find even more blessing come your way. All right. So thank you guys for hanging out with me on the live. And if you found today's live video helpful in anything that I was able to share with you guys, let me know in the comments. Let me know what was the most what you found was the most helpful for you. And if you're interested in getting on our monthly challenge, make sure that you subscribe to my monthly newsletter for my Plan Her Way to Fit community, where I share different monthly challenges to do a Bible reading based on a specific topic for the month, as well as different self-care activities for the month too. So this month is overcoming limiting beliefs for the month of September. And that's, if you're still interested in that and you want to jump in on that challenge and be able to get your free printable, I will give you the link and make sure I post that actually in the description. Once I finish this video, I'll make sure to post that so you can subscribe to get the newsletter, and I will go ahead and send that out to you guys. So thank you again so much for hanging out with me on the live, and I will catch you guys later. Bye.